What ultimately led you to that decision that it's time to get my real estate license?
Well, honestly, it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. So I was doing different jobs. I was in retail. I worked in customer service in retail, and then I was in direct sales with Avon. I'm still an Avon
Hmm,
representative. 22
okay,
later.
there
Um,
you go. Look,
Only
look.
customer. But
I bet you've learned a lot,
yes,
and those I know those skills have transferred into the real estate business.
absolutely. And I stood in as a district sales manager, so did that for a while. And then I worked in a hearing aid center. I managed the office there for a few years, and I really liked that, but it still wasn't my passion, you know?
Yeah.
And I just could not figure out what I wanted to do because I didn't have a college degree. So I didn't think that I
Mhm.
could have a successful career in anything without having that. That was a long time ago. Now it's not the case.
Yeah.
But my husband suggested that I take my real estate classes to get my license because I was obsessed with real estate shows on HGTV. It's like, I never thought.
I already know what era that you're talking about and when you got into the business just by that statement alone. So,
Yes, yes. So I took my classes. I started in 2008, and I took a whole year to take my classes. I know it doesn't take that long, but that's all I could afford. So in 2009, I was licensed, and yeah, we all know what the market was like at that time. So
well, and I'll touch base on this in a second. I'm curious, what's one thing that from maybe the Avon side of things that has translated into the real estate business? Because look, I think people bash that sector, right? Like, and I'm not saying Avon is multi-level marketing, right? But like that type of product, and I think that there's so much information and strategy and tactics
mhm.
that us as salespeople can take away from that industry and
Yeah,
apply it to our business.
definitely, definitely.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. What's
Yeah.
something that has translated for you?
So, building those personal relationships with your customers and then advising them on products based on your own personal experience.
Mm,
See, you can translate that to real estate because we build our business on those personal relationships and we advise even on our own personal experiences. So, I just kind of, started with that foundation that way.
yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Now let's
Mhm.
get into the craziness, right? Like why '08 and '09, right? Like, what was it about real estate? I know obviously, HGTV was the thing back then. That's one of the things that first piqued my interest of real estate in college was, oh, I could go and flip houses and I could make, what was it, flipping Boston or whatever. Oh, I could go make 60, 70 grand on a flip. Let me get into real estate and, let me figure out this investment side of things. And I was a little bit after you when I got licensed. You know, the housing market was in the dumps, right? You're coming, into a career that's 100% commission based.
Yeah.
What was it, one, about real estate that you had a passion for? And then two, why did you decide that at that moment when everyone was probably getting out of the business and telling you you're crazy, that you decided to get into it?
I just love helping people. I really do. I'm a people person, and, the thought of helping people, buy a home, just really excited me so much, and I mean, 14 years later, I still just love it to this day. I mean, it's just so much fun, but, yeah, I just wanted something different to do other than what I was doing at the time.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have doubters, supporters? Like, I find that some people, really latch on to the doubters, and that's what really fuels them to get going. And then I see others that, hey, I had an awesome support system that really, encouraged me to get through, where did you stand in that?
Well, I mean, both sides really. I had doubters coming at me left and right saying, "You are crazy. You know, you know anything about this market?" And I would just tell them, "I like a challenge, and I feel like I can do this." Um, and then my friends and family were all so supportive, and they really they believed, I think, even more than I did, that I could be a success in this business. Um, it took me a long time, just to feel comfortable and think that, okay, yeah, I can do this for the long haul. Um, but yeah, I just stuck with it. And that's what you have to do. You just have to stick with it if you're passionate about it.